Okay, we're finally gonna do this snowy whatever. Promise? This metaflux storm in the Arctic has lasted for 4 days so far. It's also the 4th day since I lost contact with Zayne.
차단벽은 올리고 강도는 최대로 해. 거기 이상 에너지 측정기는 됐어?
The hunter who's leading the team stops at the mouth of a snow-covered mountain pass as he directs the construction of defenses. He glances at me. Zayne is lost in the mountains?
규정상 폭풍이 7급을 넘으면 외곽에서 방비만 하고 접근해선 안 돼요.
We cannot approach them. This is like the second time that Zayne has been lost in a storm, right? The blizzard fiercely strikes against my goggles, blurring my vision. Still, I keep my eyes fixed on the fortress-like building on the opposite side of the mountain. I'll be fine by myself. The person I'm looking for is over there.
저기 코어 전환 기지요? 극지 전쟁 이후로 지금은 폐쇄된 곳인데 어떻게 사람이 있어요?
Protocore energy converter. Because he participated in that battle. Who keeps letting him go out there? As I speak, the mountain trembles. Snow rises from the opposite side and rolls down with a rumble. Zayne. The metaflux detector's readings instantly hit the maximum value. I can't wait any longer. I step out of the swirling blue energy barrier.
잠깐만요.
Wait. The Arctic branch's rules don't apply to Lincoln hunters, and this is a matter of life and death. Even if you're going to punish me, I'll accept it as soon as I bring him home. Grimacing, the leader stares at me from behind the energy barrier.
그렇게 가면 죽으러 가는 거나 마찬가지예요.
Yeah, okay. If you go out like that, you'll die. After a moment, a mechanical sleigh dog, pulling various pieces of equipment, slides in front of me. The hunter looks around, not giving me another look.
통신팀에 연락해서 폭풍의 중심에 사람이 있을 수 있으니 각 지부에 지원을 요청하라고 해.
I like that he was just like, you can't go out there, but I'm busy, so do whatever you will. I immediately get on the snowmobile and speed toward the fortress gate that's half buried in the snow. I should have realized it sooner. Zayne must be in the Arctic because something was about to happen. A week ago, on the day I sent him off from the airport, I should have known. How could you have known? Okay, a week ago. Yawning, I sit at the airport departures hall cafe. I'm bored. This is the Incheon airport. This is the airport that you would arrive at if you come to Korea to visit me. He's very efficient. He took one look at her and saw lost cause. Yep.
775번 음식 나왔습니다.
A guy pushing 2 puppies in a stroller passes before me, and I can't help but turn my head to look.
눈을 떼지 못하네. 그만 봐. 아무리 봐도 네 건 아니야.
They made it accurate. No. I don't think it's like completely accurate, but it is. I mean, a lot of airports look similar.
차 안, 밖을 포함해서.
What belongs to me then? A hand rests on my head. I'm forced to turn my head and meet Zayne's gaze with its mysterious steps.
자, 헤이즐넛 라떼.
Oh, this is cute. While the answer is correct, it's not what I expected. I take the cup from Zayne. You don't typically ask me to see you off when you're going on a business trip. Is there a reason why you want me to accompany you for breakfast today?
날 배웅해주기 싫다는 뜻으로 이해해도 될까?
No.
언제 돌아올지는 아직 확실하지 않아서 다음 한 달 동안 네 아침 식사를 감독하지 못할 수도 있어. 그래서 떠나기 전에 최대한 감독하려는 거야.
Their eye descriptions are nuts. His reply was perfect. Yes. This is why I enjoy Zayne. I see. That's why she should have known, because it was out of the ordinary. After breakfast, Zayne and I arrive at the security checkpoint together. We stop at the same time.
곧 탑승 시간이니까 여기까지 배웅해줘.
Alright, I'll leave once I see you go in. Zayne doesn't usually like to have long goodbyes. I thought he'd be on his way already, but... Suddenly he turns to me, opening his arms for a hug. Oh. Why?
규칙대로.
규칙대로. He said according to the rules. Basically, he's like, I'm just following the rules. Oh god, he's so autistic coded. According to the code of social interactions. Or according to the rules of social interaction. Couples are supposed to hug when they say goodbye. Yeah. Zayne, stop making me resonate with you. You usually don't even let me see you off at the airport. When did this become a thing? Despite saying those words, my feet unconsciously move forward. Hug time.
전엔 없었지만 이제 생겼어.
It wasn't like this before, but now it is a thing. I wrap my arms around his waist and press my face against his chest. You've been so proactive in the days leading up to this trip. Are you afraid I'll forget about you? Oh man, he's trying to like show death flags, and she's just not picking them up.
그래, 맞아.
Yes, that's right. Take care of yourself in the Arctic.
너도.
At the end of our long hug, Zayne's voice rings in my head again.
참, 한 가지 더.
His slightly serious tone makes me tense. I knew something was off. What is it? Zayne straightens his posture, but his arms are still wrapped around me. Is it important? I watch as Zayne reaches into his coat pocket, pulls out his car keys, and then places them in my hand.
돌아가는 길에 세차 좀 해줘.
Zayne's cards are the best. Like, genuinely. He's trying to show death flags and she thought he just read a self-help book or something. Seriously, Zayne, that's it? Zayne chuckles and his hand once again rests on her head.
시간 됐네. 난 들어갈게. 너도 이제 돌아가.
Oh, God. That was perfect too. I know, he's so great. Yeah, he's reminding me of why. Okay, it's kind of funny because, like, you want to follow the main story in a lot of the games, right? But in this one, I just want the side stories. Like, the main story is nuts. The main story is now off the rails. You can keep the car. It's a free car. As I watch him pass through the security checkpoint, I slowly walk to the exit, yet for some reason, a nagging feeling lingers in my heart. I can't help but look back again, only to see Zayne, who's been watching me for who knows how long, waving at me from behind the glass door. Like a weirdo. I thought she was gonna leave once she saw him go in. Okay. Zayne didn't seem too busy during those first few days at the Arctic. He responded quickly to my messages. Unfortunately, the peace of mind I had was shattered 3 days ago when I got a video call from him. Oh, video call time. Zayne? Perfect. I hold my phone up to my face, but all I can see on the screen is a corner of the ceiling. Pi, is that you? Oh, this is the cabin. A fluffy little head appears and nuzzles the camera a couple of times. It is! Did you miss me? The camera shakes a bit and Zayne's face appears on the screen.
그래, 네가 보고 싶대.
He says he missed you.
전화를 안 걸었으면 잠도 못 자고 온 바닥을 뒹굴었을 거야.
Is that what Zayne was doing? I just imagined him rolling on the floor. It's just you and Pi. Where's Dr. Noah?
주방에서 요리 중이신데 도와줄 필요는 없다고
He
하셨어.
said he didn't need any help.
그래서 내일을 위해 준비 중이야.
Zayne's gaze shifts to the side. After a brief period of silence, he looks back at the camera.
너한테 할 말이 있어.
Having been fooled at the airport, I lift my chin in a dismissive manner at the screen. It must be serious, right? Let me guess. Did Pi tell you something or...
내일부터 3일 정도 연락이 안 될 거야.
That's not worrying.
연구 관련 내용이라 말할 순 없지만 기지에서 나오면 가장 먼저 연락할게.
Zayne says calmly, but it takes a moment for his words to sink in. I didn't expect that. It's rather sudden, don't you think?
특수한 상황이라 이해해줘.
Oh.
이선 식사할 준비해.
네, 갈게요.
Zayne turns his head and answers. Before he can say anything, I speak first. Don't keep Dr. Noah waiting. Hang up and eat.
그래. 그럼 끊어.
I nod, my finger hovering over the button to hang up, but I hesitate. I'll hang up then. My finger reluctantly moves to the button yet again. Yet before I can press it,
할 말 있어 보이는데 왜 바로 끊으려고 해?
my thoughts are carefully stirred and my feigned indifference turns into me being awkwardly flustered. But I don't have anything to... I mean, make sure you rest well when you're at the base. Eat as much as you can. And I hope you'll be able to come back early. He's cute. I'll hang up now. For the third time, I move my finger toward the bottom of the screen.
잠깐만.
Oh my god. These two. Zayne moves closer to the screen.
그러면 내가
Oh my god, his voice just went real low. Okay.
나도 보고 싶어.
I can't. Real ASMR, right? Oh my god. That was nice. That was real nice. You say sweet things over the phone, but secretly head into the eye of the storm. When I find you, I won't let you off the hook. This is like every time, right? Hot damn those death flags, right? While reminiscing about our last video call, I enter the nearly collapsed protocore energy converter. The frigid air's coldness seeps into my bones. Meanwhile, the damaged devices around me and metaflux particles are sealed under a layer of icy blue frost. Did Zayne's evol... Oh my god! Every time, man. I am caught off guard every time. A loud noise suddenly resounds behind me, and ice completely cuts me off from the outside world as it seals the entrance. I calm myself, for I can only head deeper into the tunnel in this darkness. Yeah, I need to calm myself down too. The temperature has already dropped below freezing, and even though the wanderers are encased in ice, their cries can still be heard. As I worry about Zayne's safety, the whole building suddenly shakes, as if hit by a strong force. This is a confidential possible military research base, and she just forced her way in, right? I guess the guy that was there was just counting on her to die before she could, like, you know, leave with anything important. I slip and fall into an area covered in ice spikes. The frost on my eyelashes is heavy. I struggle to open my eyes. However, I see a lot of strange ice sculptures. Inside each one is a wanderer that has yet to form. Ew. Oh my god, what was that? Sharp ice spikes quickly approach me in an uncontrolled manner. Oh my god. Meanwhile, a figure whose body is half frozen calls out my name. This is scary. Is that... Zayne? A towering wall of ice rapidly forms behind him, sealing away a huge, intimidating silhouette.
오지 마.
Don't come. Ice arrows that should have been aimed at the wanderers fly past my cheek. The intense energy fluctuation makes me feel as if my heart is about to break. Yeah, right? Just... That was such bad wording. They could have just said, like, ice spikes fly at me, right? Like, what? Who's this translator? Yeah, he's like half covered in ice. This is... Oh my gosh. This is kind of scary. I can't remember what happened after that, but after countless icicles fall to the ground, I get up and run towards Zayne. The icy blue frost seems to have covered his eyes as they reflect my stumbling figure. Before the area is completely frozen, Zayne and I manage to escape. We arrive at an underground shelter with each other's support. My uncontrollable heartbeat slowly calms down. When I come to my senses, a first aid box is in my hand.
팔에 상처를 처치해야 하는데 혼자 할 수 있겠어?
I lower my head and notice an ice arrow lodge into my forearm. Ew! I notice Zayne is standing against a wall far away from me. Frost still spreads from inside his collar and his sleeves. He really can't control his eval right now. With a bit of force, I pull out the ice arrow, then I go to Zayne's side and take his hand. I'm surprised he didn't, like, run away. It's our turn, yeah. Although I've seen him lose control of his eval before, he's never let me get a close look. The frost isn't just covering his skin. Tiny, sharp ice spikes grow out from his own body, piercing him. Oh, it's like in his myth. You're not supposed to pull it out. You gotta dress the wound. Oh my god, MC. Yeah, she's not a doctor for a reason. And he's not in his right mind. Zayne, you... He forces a smile and brings a finger to his lips.
일단 여기서 나간 다음에 다시 얘기하자.
Let's get out of here first, and then after that we can talk. This always happens, and you owe me big already. A cold finger caresses the side of my face. Oh, they even made him all bruised up. Not like all bruised up, just a few
내가
bruises.
돌아가면 전화한다고 했잖아. 왜 혼자 온 거야?
Man. Frostbite is the equivalent of at least second degree burns. She's now bleeding all over him. Yep. You haven't said anything for more than 3 days, and without you, there won't be anyone to make sure I eat breakfast. MC, please. Handsomely bruised, yeah. The words that were about to leave my mouth turned into me... Wait, the harsh words that were about to leave my mouth turned into me slightly shaking my head. Oh, okay, became her shaking her head instead of saying the harsh words. I get it now. I lift my arms and hug his shoulders. His body shudders slightly. I'm not sure if it's because of the ice spikes that are growing from his body or something else.
이러면 네가 다칠 거야. 지금 난 스스로 통제가 안 돼. 이볼 말이야.
You should stay quiet while I'm still pitying you. Amidst our tangled breaths, his arms hesitate for a long time before finally wrapping themselves around my back. A while ago, someone promised me it was the last time I'd have to worry about him.
심각한 거 아니야. 안 죽어.
Oh my god. I knew it. You're better off not talking. After a moment of silence, I hold Zayne more tightly. Yeah, it's probably the ice spikes, right? Ice could go out of my... No! Don't ruin it. After a moment of silence, I hold Zayne more tightly. Do you feel better now?
많이 괜찮아졌어.
Oh my god. This voice acting. Oh, sorry, I meant to do this.
많이 괜찮아졌어.
I guess he's like, yeah, just leaning against her. Don't warm him from other ways. He's killing it with, I know, right? As my gaze sweeps over him, the frost covering half of his body seems to back away from my touch. 100% lying. Welcome, Vade. Huh? Could it be? I used my eval, and the ice recedes more quickly.
뭐 하는 거야?
Oh, that was nice too. Okay. Zayne, my eval can help you.
불가능해. 잘못 본 거야.
I wonder why he doesn't want her to think that. His tone suddenly turns cold as he pushes me away. Is he worried that if she uses her eval something too often, something bad will happen? That's weird. But it actually worked. Look. Okay, just stroke. I grab his wrist. Why didn't we reach for his wrist then? and our resonance faintly ripples out. It's more obvious this time. The ice spikes shrink back and melt. There will.
이건 대가가 있는 거야. 생각만큼 쉽지 않아.
This comes with a price. It's not as simple as you think. Yeah, maybe he's worried she'll get backlash too. Yeah, maybe. Or she'll see the evil in him. Evil him. Oh, heartbeat. Oh, maybe this is why. As soon as he finishes speaking, a piercing cold sensation erupts from my palm. My heart cries out as if I'm being stabbed. Very good voice acting. Sorry, I'm gonna save this one from earlier because it was good. Yeah, immediate consequences share the pain. Zayne quickly holds me and lifts my body onto the hospital bed.
네 이볼로 폭주를 억제하면 결국 너도 다치게 돼.
Oh, in the end, you'll get hurt too. Or in the end, you got hurt too. I told you to be quiet. Here you go again with impossible, and you must be seeing things. The pain in my heart gradually subsides. I shake my head and sit up on the edge of the bed. When will you finally say something I want to hear?
널 지키고 싶어서 그래.
It's because I want to protect
같이
you.
모험을 하는 게 아니라 내가 좋아하는 사람이 다치는 걸 바라지 않아.
Oh. Oh. But the person you like might not feel the same way. She's always wanted to protect you as well.
역시 들키면 안 됐는데.
As I thought, I shouldn't have let the secret get out. But I've already decided to face this with you, unless you say
그럴 리가.
you don't need me?
떨어져 있는 동안 한순간도 너를 잊은 적이 없어. 식사는 제대로 챙겨 먹는지, 몸은 잘 챙기고 있는지, 내가 제때 안 돌아가면 화를 내지 않을지.
Would you be mad if I never came back?
너를 생각하지 않았으면 오늘까지 버티지 못했을 수도
I wouldn't
있어.
have been able to hold on until today.
네가 필요하다는 걸 부정한 적은 없어. 하지만
But
네가 말한 그런 도움은 아니야.
oh my gosh. Okay, deep kiss.
만약 지금 어떤 말을 해야 한다면 네가 있어서.
Because you're here.
다행이야.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Okay.
듣고 싶었던 말 맞아?
Are these the words that you wanted to hear? Wow. 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 That was actually nice. Proper build up of feelings and emotions and concern, like a story that actually kind of makes sense. Like, wow. Rescue mission to soft core. I mean, it is a romance. That happens quite a bit frequently in those, but the storm rages outside the protocore energy converter, and after an indeterminate amount of time, we finally get a signal from the Arctic hunters coming to our rescue. They concluded from the subsequent investigations that this Metaflux storm was powerful enough to create an unimaginably large wanderer. It reminds me of the silhouette behind the towering ice wall when I saw Zayne. Did he subdue that wanderer by himself?
무슨 생각해?
And did using that much power like force him to lose control of his evil? The third time they've done. I know they keep putting them into like life and death situations, like Zayne and MC. I don't know how frequently this happens for her and the other guys because I don't play their cards, but like there are a lot of life and death situations. They do a lot of combat and stuff. Like, what's going on? Zayne's voice drags me back to reality. We're both lying down on the couch. I was thinking about Mount Eternal. It only happened a week ago, but it feels as surreal as a nightmare. I turn to look at Zayne. Oh, right. I've been too busy this week to check up on you. Shouldn't you take care of yourself more?
남한텐 엄격하고 자신한텐 너그럽네.
I have second-degree burns everywhere, including my pee-pee. But don't worry, Megan and Softcore cured it all. Listen, this is a magical romance. I'm sure his pee-pee was the only part that was not affected. Xavier does this too. Okay, nice. So many dangerous situations for them. Before Zayne can continue his retort, I grab his wrist and start looking at it carefully. This voice actor is so good at these sounds. Like, yes, his pee-pee was spared. When Zayne tries to pull his hand back, I take this opportunity to sit in his lap. Don't move. I'm not done yet. My gaze moves up. I only feel relieved when I see those ghastly wounds have healed.
매번 이럴 때마다 네가 진짜 의사가 아니라서 다행이라는 생각을 해.
Yes. She should not be a doctor. He tenderly holds my hand and I look into his eyes. For a moment, that familiar gaze takes me back to a frozen world. The worry I suppressed several times before surges forth. I look away.
물어도 돼. 다만 대답할 수 있는 내용엔 한계가 있어.
Since Zayne has noticed my concern, I hesitate for a moment, but I decide to speak. I still want to know what happened in the Arctic during those few days when we lost contact with each other. He lowers his head and gently caresses the back of my hand. He thinks for a moment.
몇 년 전 장항산에서 있었던 그 전쟁 때문이야. 늘 전쟁 배후의 진실을 알아내고 싶었어.
Zayne's tone is soft, yet it carries itself with a determination I've never heard before. Will you be going back there again in the future? He looks at me without saying anything. But in this silence, his hand that's holding mine gives me a reassuring warmth. Okay, I'll stop asking. Otherwise, you might say something like I'll survive again. I don't want to hear it. I move off his lap and sit back down next to him. I know very well he's made up his mind about this, and I'll always be by his side.
너도 알다시피 나는 듣기 좋은 말은 잘 못해.
You better practice in the future then. That once gloomy sky suddenly brightens and we're showered with an endless stream of sunlight. Long shadows are cast on the floor.
날이 맑아졌네.
Mm-hmm.
응?
What?
아니야. 그냥 네가 내 옆에 있어서 좋다고.
Oh, that was sweet. That was nice. That was a good palate cleanser. I feel so much better after doing that card. I'm glad I did that card. Okay, we can keep playing this game for Zayne.